The day I signed the lease termination, my mother-in-law corrected the way I folded towels. Again. "Corners sharp," she said, as if precision could save a collapsing house. I smiled, I nodded. I packed my bag. That night, while my husband slept beside me, breathing easy on my salary, I left. No note, no warning. Just absence. I became a missing sound in a crowded room. I did not contact them for a year. I used to believe love was compromise, that if I bent enough, the room would open. I met him at a coffee shop, all patience and soft eyes, talking about family like it was a warm coat. He said living with his parents would be temporary. A bridge, a way to save. He said we would build later. I believed him because he spoke like someone who had never needed to lie. The first month was tolerable. The second was loud. By the third, his parents had quit their jobs. No discussion. Just announcements over breakfast. "Why should we work when you do so well?" His father laughed, tapping my phone as it buzzed with work emails. My husband laughed too. A softer laugh, complicit. I paid the bills. All of them. I worked longer hours. I came home to critiques disguised as concern. The dust on the shelf. The salt in the soup. The way I loaded the dishwasher. My efforts were never enough. My presence was required, not appreciated. I watched myself shrink in their living room. The signs came quietly. My husband stopped asking how my day was. He started asking when my next paycheck hit. His mother took control of my mail. His father joked about adding a new car. I noticed money moving without my signature. Small at first, then bold. The proof arrived on a borrowed phone. A message from my bank. A withdrawal I did not authorize. I stood in the hallway and listened to my husband. Explained to his parents how easy it was, how I would not notice, how I trusted him. I felt my heart slow. Not break, slow, like a machine switching modes. I did not scream. I did not confront. I watched. I learned. I documented everything. Dates, amounts, voices behind closed doors. I met a lawyer during lunch breaks and called it networking. I separated accounts quietly. I froze credit. I rerouted my salary. I secured copies of every transaction. I planned my exit the way they planned their comfort, with my back turned and hands open. The night I left, I took nothing that could be missed. No jewelry, no photos. Just my passport, my laptop, and the version of myself they never bothered to know. I vanished. For a year, I rebuilt. New city, new apartment. Silence that healed. I slept without criticism. I ate without commentary. I worked without fear. I filed for divorce from a distance and let the papers arrive without me. I watched the bank alerts stack up like dominoes. Their world began to tilt. Without my income, the house bled. Utilities shut off. The car was repossessed. Creditors called. My husband called too. Hundreds of times. I did not answer. I let the law speak for me. The lawsuit was clean: theft, fraud, financial abuse. The evidence sang. The judge listened. Accounts were frozen. Assets seized. My husband learned the weight of words like restitution and liability. His parents learned that entitlement has a paper trail. A year later, I returned. I stood in the same living room where my worth had been measured in dust. The furniture was gone. The walls bare. My husband sat at the table, thinner, eyes hollow. His parents avoided my gaze. They looked older, smaller. I did not raise my voice. I laid the documents down one by one. The timeline. The charges. The settlement. I explained the terms. How long it would take them to recover. How trust costs more than money. My husband tried to speak. I lifted a hand. "I know," I said. It was the only sentence he needed to hear. I left with my signature dry and final. The divorce was granted. The restitution ordered. The house sold to cover debts. They moved into a smaller place on the edge of town. He took 2 jobs. His parents returned to work, late and bitter. Their lives had transformed beyond my imagination. Not because I destroyed them, because I stopped saving them. Now when I fold towels, I take my time. Corners sharp. Lines clean. Not for approval. For myself. I learned that disappearance can be an answer. That silence can be a verdict. I did not win by shouting. I won by leaving and letting truth do the talking. And I never went back.